talk about what happened the last week.
Only the
blocks of ice to put in their pool. And some marine life is actually dying off because the surface level of the ocean down to about 5 feet in is hot as hell. With some temperatures getting up to 102 degrees, which is like the temperature of a jacuzzi. That's the almost $900 billion military budget. And it's always amazing to me what we can come together on when it comes to stifling all of our tax dollars off to these defense contractors. But $40 billion in student loan forgiveness? No, thank you. Scientists defrosted a living prehistoric worm. And honestly, I don't know why that's important if there's aliens. They could have showed us a little something. Ron DeSantis, who, let's be clear, is responsible for appointing the Board of Education in Florida, please look that up, tried to play the "it wasn't me" card when the Board of Education decided that they were going to tell students that slavery was a benefit because there were skills that were acquired. What blew my mind the most, and the word that stood out to me that he used, he said parlayed. He said some slaves parlayed being a blacksmith. You know what parlayed means? This is what parlayed means. Luckily, his poll numbers took a hit of almost 30%, so shout out to y'all. Michigan shooter Ethan Crumbley is on trial, and the prosecutors are asking that he get life without the possibility of parole, which is the highest level punishment you can have in the state of Michigan. Mitch McConnell suffered an event which led us to reiterate that we need to not only have term limits, but age limits on some of these positions within our government. Me personally, I know that these people are just drunk on power because at the end of the day, when I'm in my 80s, I don't want to be at nobody's job for absolutely no reason, doing anything. I want to do whatever I want to do because you made me slave away my entire youth. But clearly, we're closer to the finish line than yesterday. Oh yeah, remember when the Supreme Court was like, no, you have to redraw your congressional maps in Alabama? Yeah, well, they just didn't. Yeah, they just didn't. They're just defying the order from the Supreme Court. Conservative Supreme Court at that. I didn't even know you could do that. I didn't know that you could just not do what the Supreme Court says. Because if that's the case, Biden, Supreme Court Justice Samuel Alito, who we have some ethical concerns with, came out and said that Congress should mind their business. And I understand the independence of the Supreme Court, but the only reason you have almighty independence is because you are held to a higher ethical standard. So if we have to start questioning your ethics, not one, not two, not three of y'all, but multiple justices, then we have to start questioning your ethics. And we have to figure out how we're going to do that. The worst part about it is, all they had to do was report it. So the fact that you didn't report it is what makes it unethical, not the fact that you did it. You could report it, but you didn't. And lastly, SAG-AFTRA and the writers are still on strike. And based on reports, these networks are still not even having a conversation with them. And I guess they're trying to do exactly what they said. They're trying to hold out until their employees are homeless and desperate. That's the world we live in today.